Wow, this is like a 6-incher. Or 8. Okay, well, the worst part of going in the hospital after I splattered my head and body on the bathroom floor in the movie theater was being in a room with someone who was atrociously sick, not with many years to live. So I was like in a hell that I couldn't get out of. I don't know if Michael realized that or not.
What?
Because the guy next to me, how sick he was, I understand that other people that were moved into the room that couldn't take all the things that were going on. They had to get moved out of his room. I took it, and I was there for like 6 days with him. And the highlight, which is actually a low light, was when he constantly was throwing up, besides having his urine bag overflowing and his shit bag overflowing. But when I fell asleep one day, this is good for the camera because it's graphic
Look at the camera,
words. I fell asleep with your mother sitting in the chair next to me.
She was sleeping?
Well, she was tired too because she has so much work.
Was she sleeping?
I would think so.
Paint the picture.
I think so. She was sleeping. I was looking at towards the TV. She was sleeping. So I woke up, okay? I felt like I was looking at my straight ahead where it said my room number, okay? But as I woke up, all I could hear was someone vomiting and just vomiting and just vomiting. And his son, who was there, was going back and forth to the bathroom with like cloths that he was cleaning up, whatever the mess was. And I was thinking, am I a patient in a hospital or am I in the Twilight Zone? Because it was so outrageous how long it went on. And it was so disgusting. I mean, you just can't imagine. You can imagine what a room would be if someone like vomited a little bit. This guy was like, it was like exorcist time, except it wasn't flying around the room. And so it was the smell of that, and this guy going back, and then the nurses going back and forth, going to take care of him. And I just kept on thinking, am I in a hospital or am I dreaming this? And as I kept on doing it, I kept on looking, and your mother wasn't moving, and I was just looking straight ahead. This guy was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I came out of my dream and the sleep, and then I realized this was really, really happening. I was in an unbelievable room. University of Pennsylvania, great hospital. If you have the wrong patient next to you, you're like in hell. Like Hitler could be next to you throwing up. But this was like gross.
Can't you ask
And then in the middle of the night, the nurses who weren't watching his rectal tube coming out of his rectum, he had to get it fixed, so they'd have to get that tube fixed. And he made a joke. He says, "Oh, it came out of my poop chute. Can you fix it?" And they would do it disgustingly, whatever they did. And I saw the urine bag overflowing. And I'm thinking, I have back pain that's incredible, okay? I can't relieve the back pain, but I don't have what I have next door to me, at least. But I do have all the smells that you would have in being in a waste dump next to me.
Yeah.
But I got great care at the University of Pennsylvania. This made it a highlight that I'll never forget. Of course, your mother says he was on his last days. That thinks that he couldn't live long. He's going to go to a nursing home. They tried to.
Room.
He should have been in his own room. Now, this is also when I happened to mention to you, across the hallway,
Oh yeah.
there was someone who said, "Hello? Hello? 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 Hello?" And obviously the nurses weren't listening, or this character, and I don't know if it was a man or a woman.
Was it a character?
It was a character. It was like right out of Twilight Zone. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh.
And then they said, "I'm thirsty. I'm dying of thirst. You can't have anything to drink because you're going to have a test this morning. You have to wait." "I have to have a drink. I can't wait. I don't care. I don't care. Cut my arm off. I need a drink." Hello? 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 Okay. This was so funny. I mean, it sounds like it's someone that, I don't know if it's funny the way I said that. I was watching a TV show, and I needed to turn off the sound of the TV because this character was making it so enjoyable in this horrible life of a person on the right who is doing everything wrong, and this person saying hello. I have a screaming backache, and that's just like the life of what it's like to have a nice stay at the University of Pennsylvania, one of the top 10 hospitals. I recommend it really highly for someone who wants to go to a sadistic experience and you don't know who you're going to have in your room with you. I can't have somebody who just has something like a little surgery, and I need to have somebody who's like shitting through a tube and making the shit go all over. He also couldn't move, so they had to go in there. 2 nurses had to take him from one side of the bed, so they had to lift him and slide him to the other side of the bed. And like in 10 minutes, he would say, "Can you take me to the other side of the bed?" I said, "We just moved you." He said, "No, I need to go to the other." Okay. And then like they said, "We're not moving you again. We just moved you 5 minutes ago." So that's then there was the experience of where they had to get him to walk. So they had like somebody with a chair behind him, 2 nurses, and he was going to take a step. And a step was like an agonizing thing. And he took a step, he took another step. I had to go to the bathroom, so I'm hoping maybe he can take enough steps that he'll go into the hallway. Well, his steps were like 4 steps that were like not even close. It was like almost like right in front of my bed. Then he took a 5th step that must have been killing him. And he went, "Ah! Ah! Ah! Ah!" And they stopped and they said, "Okay, you better sit down because you can't do anymore." And then he sat down. All the while, the whole show is right in front of me. I just want to go take a little pee. I can't get up to do it because the whole action is right there. So, okay, they finally say, "Okay, well, we got to take you back." So they take him back so I can go in there and pee. And besides that, the food was the normal crap you get. You get the roast. You get the turkey with the mashed potatoes, the peas. You get the what else do you get? The eggs with sausage and bacon. Like they think I'm like Christian or something. I like a nice Jewish meal, like an apple latke with a little sugar. No, I get like the egg, the bacon.
Do you eat the bacon?
No bacon. I'm on a diabetic diet.
Carb control.
Yeah, and then sometimes I got like a piece of, I got 2 pancakes, dry, no syrup.
What if they give you sugar free?
They didn't know about that. So
Best hospital has no sugar.
I got
Good
two dry flapjacks.
Flapjacks.
And
Okay.
yeah, flapjacks, the old-fashioned flapjacks, and what I get for lunch. Sometimes I got like a piece of chicken with some peas and mashed potatoes. Peas and mashed potatoes are really big. They're like the biggest thing that they make. Sometimes a string bean sneaks in there, and my dessert was like a pudding,
Sugar free.
I guess. And they gave me the wrong milk. I always got like the regular milk. I didn't get my lactate, so I couldn't have the milk. And then when I wanted to get my back fixed, they gave me, I wanted to see a therapist or something. They found a brand new heating pad that was, you could blow it up. So it's a nice heating pad that could fit on a chair. So I used a heating pad for my therapist. Because I like to have, usually like to have like a human therapist, that someone that could touch you, feel your back, see what it feels. But I got like a bag that didn't say nothing except, I'm going to get warm in a few minutes, and then I'll get your back warm, and then okay, you can. It won't get. It also was a bag that didn't get too hot, and you could keep it on. So I just kept it on. So I just sat in there, which wasn't relieving the pain, but it was like something to do, Then I got my bed was like really thin. Like the guy next door had this super big bed because all his things. He had it was like a 12-inch mattress. I had like a 4-inch mattress, which was really aching me. I said, can I get another? I can get you an air mattress. So they get a mattress that they get, and it blows up with air. It goes in and it makes it higher. And it's like sleeping on like a piece of cardboard that's on top of a bed. It's an air mattress. So I lay on the mattress with my aching back, and it also is like big, like it's like an egg carton thing that has like
Egg crate.
Egg crate. An egg carton crate. So it has like little. So I'm laying on that with like, I'm like all like it's all uneven. So I'm laying on this flat thing with the air in it, and it's like doing nothing for me. So I'm just like tossing and turning, and the IV's coming out, and then the nurse comes in to fix the IV. And that's really a lot of my experience. I don't know what else I could say.
What about the Percocet adventure?
Percocet? Oh, that doesn't let you shit. I mean, you take Percocet.
I never had a problem shitting on it.
You take Percocet, you could probably go. All you need is a urine bottle, and you'd be okay. Because
I don't remember.
Someone who goes to the bathroom, say 4 times a day.
How much Percocet?
4 times a day. 4 times a day. You usually go shit. Okay. Let's say you shit 4 times a day. Okay. And let's say that I do that. I take Percocet, and I was taking it 3 times a day just to feel I could live. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it starting on a Saturday. You know how many days went by before I had one green little turd come out? 6.
Holy.
Plus I was eating. I couldn't figure out how much my stomach could take of food and not want to let go of any of it. But that's what was happening. It was a miracle day. It was Thanksgiving morning. It was like Turdville.
How many?
They were well shaped and they floated. No, the ideal turd is one that has the right amount of fiber in it. They float.
Size and consistency.
I heard this from Howard Stern. He knows how to the size, and if they float, and if they have little bubbles. You got the ideal turd. So I had that kind of thing. They were all like around like little submarines.
Ones with fiber float?
Yeah, fiber is good for you because it makes the bowel shape rather than have like, anything.
I don't think it would float. I think it would sink.
Well, the best ones float. You never heard of it? Look it up. Look at the turds. What are they supposed to do? And I'm on Soma now. That's another type of relaxer.
There's a song.
Soma. Isn't that from Brave New World?
Yeah, well, the Brave New World guys did use Soma when they had problems going to the bathroom, and they all took a pill with a little bit of water.
I'm
Yes,
saying, wasn't it a fictional drug that was like?
Soma is not fictional because I have
I'm
a
saying
bottle of
it
it.
was until recently. It sounds like.
I'm not a Brave New World follower. You might be.
Uh-huh.
Brave New World to me was written by Adolf Huxley, I think. That was a book.
Aldous.
Who?
Aldous Huxley.
It was? Aldous?
I'm saying it wrong too, but it's not what you said.
Alexis? It began A. Huxley. Let's say A.
Yeah,
Huxley.
A.
Just-
Huxley.
Whatever his last name is.
ALD.
But it was a new idea of what the world was going to be
Yeah, and they took this.
in the future.
They took this drug Soma that was fictional. It was like.
And what did it do to him? Make him super...
It made people like complacent and happy, kind of like antidepressant.
I was taking oxycodone, which is the same thing. That does have a little bit of more of a highness to it.
Yeah.
And
Oxycodone is like
I don't think
opiate.
I don't think it's much different than Percocet, right?
It's not much different than heroin. It's like an opiate.
Oh, it is?
It's a synthetic opiate.
I think it's a hot thing that kids like to get and
Yeah.
take or sell to other people, right?
Yeah.
How do you know about that?
'Cause I had a forensics class, and that was one of the things we talked about.
But you don't know anybody who was taking it and abusing it, right?
My friend from the arts that died.
Died.
Yeah.
You had a friend that died?
Yeah.
When?
October.
He was totally into too much drugs or something?
Yeah.
Who was it?
His name was Seth.
That kid died?
He couldn't
I
go to...
met that kid.
Yeah.
He couldn't go to any getting treatment for it, or he just didn't
I
do
don't
it?
know. I never.
Did you go to his funeral?
No.
Were you,
I
did,
mean,
did
I
you
knew
cry?
him.
Did you cry like a drop of tear or something?
I knew him really well freshman year, but I hadn't really talked to him. You know.
So when it happened, you weren't really surprised?
I didn't really. I was surprised, but I didn't know him the way I did then.
Well, when you knew him,
It was upsetting.
when you
though.
knew him, he was taking it, right?
I knew he was into a lot of drugs, and I knew he.
And he never offered you any, and you never took any.
No.
Come on, tell me. You didn't,
I really did.
you didn't take like one oxycodone just to say, oh, let me see what it's like.
No, I never did.
You take a little POT.
I don't know what that is.
POT.
Oh.
What is
Pot.
that? Oh,
You don't know what pot is?
you said B.O.T.
Yeah,
P-O-T.
You
What would
said
bot?
B.
Bot. Yeah, did you ever
said-
take bot?
You said
I thought you
B.O.T.
said B.O.T.
Okay, well, P-O-T.
The first time. The
Yeah.
second time you said P.
What am I gonna say? Canagus flungus or whatever it's called?
Yeah, Canagus flagus.
What is it called?
You can say marijuana.
No, I don't want to say that.
Weed?
Cannabis.
Cannabis, what is it?
Cannabis.
Maximus?
Cannabis maximus.
No, what is it really called? You know what it's called. Cannabis.
Weed.
No. What's the real, like, the, if you're like a biologist, you call it.
Cannabis majoris or something like that.
No, that's a woman's private part. Cannabis majoris.
That is what it is. Look it up.
Joris. It's cannabis.
So you never... Oh, I know you did. You had to take that someday. You're not going to admit it on camera because you don't want to.
I've probably smoked as much weed as you, Alan.
Where is this camera going? Where is this tape going? Where is this tape going to be used?
On Cop Out.
So you never had bot. I'm really surprised because
I didn't say that. I said I had as much as you.
I can't tell. I wouldn't be able to tell how we could compare how much we had each to see whether.
Uh-huh.
My experience with that at the worst was when I was out of control, and I don't suggest that you do this, but I was using it in the car while I was driving.
What?
But I was on 34th Street near the zoo. Okay? Totally out of my mind. In space land. I was like on Star Trek. Okay? So I'm driving down 34th Street, and I don't realize it, but I see behind me a cop car coming. And my car looks like it has a fog in the car. It's totally total smoke.
You didn't have the window open?
No. Total smoke. And then I opened the windows as I saw that cop quickly, and I tried to like push it all out, and it definitely didn't go all out. And then I had to stop, and I was like feeling nothing, so I don't know what was going to happen. So he just asked for my license and my thing, and I think he kind of like ignored what was obvious, and he was saying like, you know how like fast you were going? I said, no, how much? You were going a little bit over the speed limit. And it was like, it all became like a warning, but it was like the scariest moment that I thought I was going to be out of the car and like have handcuffs on me, and I'd be going down wherever they were going to take me. I think on that same trip I went down a hill somewhere in Delaware County. It was like a street that has like a real long hill going down, and I was in the same kind of state of mind. I felt like I was in a roller coaster, because it was like I was just like going down and then going up, and I was like, I don't know how I didn't have an accident, because it was like really a lot of fun. It was just amazing. I don't think you had those experiences.
How old were you when all this happened?
Yeah.
How old? 20. I would say around 24, 23. I was out of college.
Was Mom with you?
I didn't know your mother yet. I did meet Mary Smith while I was going out with her. Now she was the awesome girl who I met at the library, where I could never meet because they were like really high, like Kardashian types. The only thing is, she said, "For only way I'm going to dance with you is if you take this pill I have here." I don't know. I don't think I need a pill to dance with you, do I? But since it didn't happen that often, I said, okay, I'll take that pill. And she took, and then we danced.
What pill was it?
It was a pill that I didn't sleep for 3 days.
Oh, that pill?
It must be that speed pill or whatever you call it. That when I went to sleep,
It could have been acid.
when I went to sleep, like the sun was out and it was like never going down, and I was like up all night. Like I could sleep, I could close my eyes, open my eyes, and I had no idea that I could get to sleep in any way. And it took 3 days before it wore down that I would be. So that's not a downer, that's an upper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she was a dancer on at Wilson Boulevard, like a go-go dancer, topless dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a benefit to the whole story meeting. But I mean, claiming she's Jewish and saying her name's Mary Smith, I mean, there's some contradiction. I mean, she could have made a better name. So
Her stripper name was Mary Smith.
no, that's what the name she gave me. And she said, "Oh, come on and see me down at the club because you can watch me dance."
Yeah, but she's gonna make you pay.
No, I'm not for boyfriends. Boyfriends don't have to pay.
You were his boyfriend.
I was her boyfriend. Wow, what a life that would have been. I would be just like going to I'd go to dance clubs and just seeing my wife dance up there, and all the men get turned on, and then at the end of the night I would be able to go home with her.
Yeah, that's what you'd be doing now, right?
I probably wouldn't even have been. I probably would have been like, well, she would have been making big bucks for doing that. But you can't do that too long before you start looking haggard, right? You're a connoisseur of the strip club, so you know what they're like and how. It's good to be staying at home. I know what it's not like to be retired now. You just wake up, you have some oatmeal, and you lay around and watch TV, and you play on the computer, and you watch movies, and then you call people, and then you go to the store to get a grocery, and you come home and have dinner, and you watch TV, and you go to sleep, and you wake up, and you have oatmeal in the morning. It just repeats. It repeats. And it's no stress. You don't have to get dressed. You can grow like a long like that guy I knew when I met your mother. He's retired. He has a beard 3 foot long. He's like one of the ZZ Tops. I'm gonna hang out with him. Maybe I should go that way too. We'll both have our ZZ Top beard. That would look cool. So.
Who's Gigi Tops?
ZZ Top.
ZZ Top?
Yeah, those guys with the guitars that had their beards that go down to their knee.
Yeah.
You heard of them.